I wanted to talk about inspiration again and challenging yourself to look at an everyday item and make it different. So today we're going to talk about a tag and how we can do one tag 10 ways. It's just a way to strengthen your imagination and get you thinking outside the box, because tags come in every shape and size, and even that, if all you did was imagine tags in different shapes and how many shapes can you come up with, that's a great exercise, and it's something to fill a sketchbook with, which is what I'm trying to do right now, is come up with different things to get me excited about being in my sketchbook and discovering new ways to do something so simple as a tag. So I'm going to show you a bunch of tags, and then I'm going to kind of talk to you about how I broke it down, and then I'm going to show you a finished piece of art at the end. So these are just clothes tags really that I found. This one, I love that it was just a big diamond shape. They come in little circles. This one has like a wire rim around it, which I love. This one's made of almost like a ribbon that's just printed on. I thought it was really pretty. You've got regular tags with cool ribbons on them. I love the simplicity of this with just the logo at the bottom. This one, it's really a smooth tag, but I like the shape that it was rounded on all corners. Another tag, it's kind of a thicker tag, but look how they connected it to the clothing. It had a little pin in it. That's like a little safety pin. That's, if you know Tim Holtz, he carries pins like that. And I thought that was kind of nice because it gives you a different way to hang something. This is a big square. I really like that. Again, the ribbon, it looks nice. And then these are just regular tags. This one has some washi tape around it just to make it a little different, but I like the little thing around the hole here, the reinforcement. And then this is like an inventory tag, which I think is really fun. It's perforated right here. I love the reinforcement there, and I like that you've got some lines going this way and this way. I like that it's a stamped number in different areas, and then you can write on the back as well. So you can see tags come in every shape, size. I mean, these manila tags themselves come in about, I don't know, 30 different sizes, 30 different shapes. So you'll get little rectangles. Some are a little wider, some are a little more short and stylish. Some are really tall and skinny. It just really depends what you're looking for. So let's have fun breaking these down. Let's just take a simple tag. So let's look at something like this. So of course the obvious thing is that they can go in several different ways. So there's one way. So that's up. It can go sideways. And downward, right? And then you can also flip the sides. Now the interesting thing about this is each of these holes can have something different. So I want you to think of, it can have ribbon, it can have string, it can have jute, it can have embroidery floss, it can have fishing line, it can do whatever you want. You can have it come out this way. You can have it hang down this way. You can have it kind of come off to the side this way. Do not limit yourself. These are all possibilities. And I know if you saw any of my art from the 100 Days of Random Things, I was able to utilize things like this, because then I could hang something else off of here. I could hang another tag like this if I wanted. I could add a little charm hanging this way. It gives you another opportunity to keep adding. I also want you to think of just taking part of this tag. So let's rip it in half. So then you've got a tag like that. Let's say it's just ripped, and then you've got the bottom half of it. Now that's interesting because now you have two things that you could do with it. If you had one element in here, let's just draw another thing like this. It gives you an opportunity to create something. That could also be cut out if you wanted. So let's just shade it in. So if you cut that shape out, look what it does to the simple tag. This is why I say do not underestimate the importance of a challenge like this and an inspiration for yourself. You can also have the tag that's still holding on. So say it's not all the way clipped. You've got a little missing chunk here, or else it's hanging on the thread. We could change the angle of that. So here you've got it. Let's erase that little line so that it would be connected like that. And that is a fun thing too. So imagine taking any kind of picture. Let's say you put a tree in that. You know, now you're going to have the tree this way, but then the trunk is going to go down here, and it's going to just give you a different element. So that now it's broken in half. And I like something like that because it's unexpected. You know, you expect a tree to be drawn on the whole tag, but something like this now gives you an off-kilter perspective, so it's making you think differently. And when you think differently, it opens your mind to other possibilities. You could have it folded. So let's look at a tag. So it's just folded over. So you've got here that's kind of underneath, and then you've got this that kind of comes on top. And it gives you the idea of layering. And I like when you can layer something in just one element. The way that you can do that is just take a piece of paper, cut it into like a tag shape, and then start playing around with it. Do you want it to go up and over? You know, something like that. So see all the layers you have there. You can also roll it so that it gives you a totally different kind of angle, and that's kind of fun. It's got a cone shape. You could roll it under so that it has it sticking out here at the edge. Do not underestimate the beauty of trying it on paper and just having fun with it. I mean, think about crinkling it. And then just loosely let it out so that you've got all this nice shape. See that? It's no longer a rectangle. It's kind of a weird looking shape. But now you could do all kinds of techniques to give you the wrinkles. And I think that would be fun. So let's add this nice wrinkled one on here. Then you can add some wrinkles in here so that you know that. This would be great for trying different techniques, making it look like marble, making it look like a painted surface, making it look like wallpaper. What kind of area would that, what kind of stripes would you have? What kind of pattern could you do? That's the fun thing about something like this. So if you had a pattern on here, so let's just draw a couple lines straight down. So that's the tag flap, but now as we wrinkle it, you see what happens to the lines. They kind of go about different ways. They lean, they overlap, they scrunch together where there's the wrinkle of the paper. This gives you a lot of different options. I also want you to think about cutting out a shape. So here I've just got a tag. This is just out of a little index card, but what I'm going to do is fold it in half. And I'm going to just cut out a heart shape. So now your tag has a hole in it, but You also have the leftover piece from the tag. So now, instead of one piece, you've actually got two pieces from that. So let me draw the tag here. And then the little heart here. And think about that. You can do a butterfly shape, you can do a palette shape, you could do any kind of shape in here that you want. It's just the idea that you get the plus and the minus by this, because this is cut out, this would be a negative space here. So it's going to actually be a hole in the paper, and then you've got the tag there. So that's something fun to look at. You could also just, let's do something, say you want to do like palettes for yourself, some palette squares. You can just add some lines. Now this is a fun way to place colors. So think about if you're color mixing, say we start with a red here and we want to add yellow. So start with red here, add a little bit more yellow, you'll get a color. Add more yellow, you'll get another color. It's a great way to just make something fun. And even in your sketchbook, if you're trying out colors, just put this down instead of a normal color swatch where you're just using squares or something like that. It's just a different way to do it. And then you can add something fun on here. You can decorate the tag. You can elongate the tag and create a little scene down here for yourself. So I think that would look kind of fun. So let's do something like that. Let's make it a really long tag. And then you've got the little spaces up here for the colors. And then down here you have the elements. See how cool that looks? And it's all a tag. When you get your mind thinking about things differently and exploring them this way, it's 10 ways. So it's 4, even though you're just changing the side, it does alter the appearance. Then we've got the folded one, the crinkled one, the cutout one, the tag that's been ripped totally into 2 pieces, the tag that's been cut out of, and then the one that's been ripped on the edge where you're just kind of turning it, it's hanging, and then you've got another cutout one here. This is a great way to also play with color because you can try the tags in all the same color. You can try a new palette. My painted piece that I'm going to show you is done with Ocean Paper palette. Kelp Urchin is the name of the palette color, but it's also what I'm trying to use in my new sketchbook. So let me show you my painted versions of my tags. So this is my handmade sketchbook that I'm doing it in, and on the first page is the palette that I've been using so far, and I'm trying to get used to the colors and also let me know the names a little better. So I'm using this palette here, and then this is my image of my tags. Tags 10 ways. So I've got them little edge torn here. I've got different ways that I can have the string going. You can see it's ripped in half, it's cut out, it's folded, it's just a portion of a tag. This is the tag that's been crinkled. Then I've got the torn little bit here, and then here I have one upside down. But I also wanted to show you that I've got different kind of things that you can attach to the tag, right? So I've got the tag hanging by a tack. I've got it on a string with a little tack. I've got a little piece of like Scotch tape going through there. And you can see I've got one hanging down here. This one's a little bigger. And I did want to show you when you're painting a tag, when you have the hole on the outside here like this, let me make a bigger hole here so you can see. You have to remember that the tag and the string goes behind one portion. So this is one area, but it has a hole. So I'm going to come up through the hole and come out. But as I go to the back side, so where that, I want you to imagine it going here and then coming out this way. So this area right here, this area here does not have a string drawn because the paper is here. What we actually want to know is that it goes through the hole. So if this was a ribbon, let's say there's a little tack up here like this, The ribbon can come like this. So you see how that goes behind it here. And this in here is darker. And then as it comes out, you no longer see the tag mark there. So do you see how that is interesting? So always make sure to remember, if you are punching a hole, and it's even the same like if you were to do something here. Say you wanted to add a string to the outside, you want to make sure that as it goes behind the tag, which is going behind the paper, so you don't see my pencil through that area. So always make sure if it has a hole that you do it like that. And this allowed me to play with my palette again and get to know the colors, because it's been a while since I explored the whole palette. So what I did was I came back and I wrote the names of the colors. Let me see if you can see that under them. So that one's camel, this one's greenish umber, over there is yellow travertine. It gave me a fun way to put the colors down and reacquaint myself with them. I hope as you take something like this into your own sketchbook, I want you to think of different things you can do this with. I mean, you can do it with an egg. Think of an egg. It's cracked, it's in a nest, it's on the ground, it's half of an eggshell, it's scrambled, it's an egg yolk, it's over easy. So many possibilities with eggs. It's just simple things like that. Even a pencil. Think about your pencil. It is unsharpened, it's this big, right? Just this little area. It gets bigger, it is longer, you can have it busted in half, you can have all kinds of different erasers on it, you can have it different colors, you can have it fatter or skinnier. Think about those little kid pencils that are like super fat, like a number 2 that's really fat so that they can hold it in grade school. Those kind of things. Do not limit yourself. Always push a little bit to challenge yourself to find more than one way to do a simple object, like a tag, a pencil, an egg, and see how much fun you have exploring that in as many ways as you can. If you are inspired by today's video, please like or comment. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button. And as always, thanks so much for watching.